Good morning, everybody. It's Coach Matthew here. Today, we're going to talk about the consequences of inaction. And I just want to say before we even start this video that it is so important that you do those things that you want to do. Like, it doesn't really matter what age you're in. The worst thing you can do in your life is living with regret. Never end up living with regret. It will completely destroy you, shatter you, and eventually kill you. So, whatever you do, do not end up with regret. Take action now. Whatever it is, take action and do it. If you think about it, it means that you want to do it. If you've been thinking about it for a long time, if it's something that pops up like every week, every month, couple of times a year for a long time, and you get that feeling inside of you that you're on fire when you think about it, then you have to do it. Great. So, inaction is pretty much not making decisions, postponing your life. It's like a paralysis despite dreams and goals, and you have this passive lifestyle that leads to stagnation. So, you see, a lot of people today have no hobbies, no interests. You ask the people that you're working with or your friends in school, like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna watch some TV and just, chill. Like, just gonna chill around, watch some TV. And it's like, is that all you do? Is that like your hobby to chill around and like watch TV? Like people have no actual hobbies. Like play some sport, do something. Because if you have like no hobbies or no interest, people will just find you so uninteresting, and you won't go anywhere in life. And it's so crazy because usually, people like you know when someone is stagnated because they have like no desires to do something, and it's so like important that you actually go out and do something so you don't end up being stagnated and living a passive lifestyle. Because I can promise you, even though you feel like there are, oh well, I don't know what I want to do. I have no clue. It's because you haven't tasted like how it like the flavor of those things. If you would go around tomorrow and travel around the world for like a year, visit like a lot of different countries and cultures, and do a bunch of voluntary work, talk to new people, see new things, I can promise you when you came back, you would have so many more hobbies and interests and just this vision of what you want out of life, because then you have seen things. If you spend your life inside of your bedroom watching TV, playing computer games, you have no clue what's out there. Despite what you say, despite what you think, it doesn't matter. You have no clue what's going out in life, what's going on out there in life. And if you don't get out and see it for yourself, there will come a time when you are like 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, when perhaps you watch a show about this, or when you hear a song about this, or perhaps you see some poster, or you meet someone at work who talks about their trip that they did, or talk about this thing that they did, and you will just get this feeling like, wow, that would be so much fun. But then you're trapped. Perhaps then you're trapped in a marriage. Perhaps then you're trapped in a economical situation. It will be too late, and then it happens. Then it all comes down: anxiety, worry, self doubt, frustration, bitterness, declining self esteem, and sense of powerlessness. Once you have been inactive for so long, and then you get reminded of the things that you have missed out on, that's when you completely lose it. And it's very hard to explain this kind of bitterness. I have experienced it myself. Luckily for me, way before my 30s, I started taking action. I have met people when I was working in retail, for instance, who were 50 plus, 60 years old, and they would be so bitter because now it was too late. You would have these young people sitting there talking about how they went to Mexico for vacation and it was so amazing. And they talk about this food that they ate, and they talk about, how they went to these sport events and they met all these people. And you have these people who are 50, 60 years old, just sitting there like, aha, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, that sounds nice. And you can just see the hatred and bitterness starts to boil in them. And you just get this sense of, what have I been doing for the past 30 years of my life? I've been like stuck at this dead job. I hate my life. I have nothing going for me. And you don't want to be that person. Trust me, you never want to be that person. So the mental and physical consequences of inaction eventually, like, you have to understand me, like, inaction itself is very bad unless you have like no ambition. Perhaps you have already traveled the world, or you have done anything and you just feel like, nah, I don't want to try anything else. But when you have been inactive for a long time and you suddenly see all the things that you could have done, you tend to get stuck in negative thought patterns, you lose motivation and creativity, and you just have an overall health decline of not doing anything. And you will just like completely, shatter yourself pretty much over this. So there are a lot of like bad consequences to not doing anything and not have anything going for you in life. An impact on relationships and career. When you're not doing anything, you miss so many opportunities to connect with others. I mean, if you're sitting at home and just watching TV, who is going to get to know you? Who are you going to meet doing that? Like, go out there and, join some kind of, organization, join some hobbies, do something. Like, in isolation, it's not natural for us as human beings. We are social creatures. And if you're not doing anything, you lack these meaningful bonds and you will just feel completely like isolated from other people. And stagnant career growth and financial insecurity, of course, because I mean, if you're not networking with others, if you're not talking to others and having stuff going on for you, and improving yourself, becoming a better version of yourself, like especially like in your career, you will never grow. You will just stagnate there too. You will stagnate in every different field of your life. And the lost potential and the way forward, like unrealized dreams and ambitions fade. It's so sad. And, the failure to reach self actualization, it leads 100% to a lifelong regret that you take with you to your grave. And I don't know if you're still listening to this. I hope that you understand and take it from me, take from all of the people out there. Like, the graveyard is filled with people who lived a life with regret, who brought regret with them to their grave. Listen to all the millions of people who have died without fulfilling what they wanted to do in life, without realizing their dreams. It is so important that you take this seriously, because you live one time and 1 second you're 20, the other second you're 40. And before you know, of course, being 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 has, greatness to it. But it all builds on that you were doing stuff earlier in life. If you talk to a lot of old people today, they have so many great memories and they have a great social circle because they are actually doing things. So you have to break this cycle with small daily steps. It's very important. And by doing these small daily steps, you will eventually build momentum through consistent action. When you start, perhaps you like sports, so you join your local like amateur sports team, and then you click with 2 or 3 people there, and then one of those people invite you to another event and you go there, and then you meet 2 people there, and then it's just a snowball effect and you get more things going for you in life, more things happen to you in life. Perhaps another guy that you meet 3 or 4 social circles down the lane invites you to start taking, Spanish classes with him. And then, boom, you're learning a new language and you're playing a sport and you have a social circle and you have people who want to do things with you. It's really not that complicated. And people love this. People love a person that has a lot of stuff going for them. People do not like a person who has nothing to talk about. Imagine you going on a date, and the like this has happened so many times. I know this, like, I have friends who have told me this too. You have like these guys who go on dates, and girls too, and they're like, so what do you like to do? And they're like, yeah, I work, then I go to the gym, then I like to watch like Netflix, I like to listen to music. And you're like, yeah, but like what do you like to do? And people have no clue what they want to do. People have absolutely no clue what they want to do or what they're good at. People know nothing. They have no actual like clue about anything. They don't even know who they are because they are constantly, watching other things. They are distracted from finding out who they are. So, inaction is a choice, and action is the solution. Now, don't let inaction define your life. Even if you've been inactive until this point, it's completely okay. But then you need to go out there and do something now. And it's very hard to know where to start. But how about you just start cleaning your room? How about you start, go to the grocery store, say hello to 2 or 3 people in there, buy food, make lunch boxes, set up a workout routine, look for next week. How can I improve at work next week? If you have any friends, make sure that you meet them next week. Do something fun, productive. Go and do new things with them. Perhaps go and try out something. See what kind of events are there in my town. Perhaps I can go on Friday next week for this concert and meet some more people there. Just go out and do things. Meet new people, have new experiences, and find out what you like. Perhaps you go to that concert, it sucks. Good. Now you know you don't like concerts. It's not that hard. Together with me, I will help you find your purpose if you are inclined to have some kind of coaching. And I will also help you build your confidence, and I will definitely help you to create momentum. So if you want to, you can click the link in the description of this video and you will get to my website. If you scroll down to the website, you will be able to send in an email form to me where you can apply for a free coaching session with me, where we can go through your situation right now, the problems that you have, and everything around that. So go to my website and check that out if you want to. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I will catch you guys around in the next one.